Do you find yourself buying planners and setting goals every quarter or month, but never using the planner? Welcome to Runs on Planning. I'm Jenna, and I'm here to talk all things planning. In this episode, we are looking at how you can actually use your planner. Bold statement, huh? What I tell you next is just as bold. Planners aren't magical. And they're not going to change your life unless you actually put in some work. It won't help if you fill it in at the start of the month and just toss it aside and never use it again. You need to make a routine to use your planner. I've got 3 topics that we're going to cover to help you use your planner and get everything you need into said planner. First one is you need to pick a day and time where you can sit down and actually plan. For me, that is usually Sunday about mid-morning. I normally get up and go for my run, get ready, and then we go to the grocery store. Once we get back from the grocery store, put everything away, it's time to sit down and plan my week. Once you have your date and time picked out where you're going to sit down every week and plan, how are you going to plan? What are you going to put in there? I like to think about the rock, pebble, sand analogy. It's typically used for prioritizing things, but it works really well when you're planning your week. Or this could also apply to your month or your quarter. The rock are your big things, your non-negotiables, things like work, meetings, appointments, events, birthdays, anything like that that you don't want to forget about, you don't want to miss, put those in first. Those are our rocks. Next, we're going to look at pebbles. For me, my pebbles are recurring tasks and holidays or vacation days. Pebbles might have an assigned day, things like trash day. What day are you going to sit down and do your budget, pay your bills every week? They tend to be things that usually don't change, but you might have a recurring task that's the first of the month or the second Saturday of the month. Those you're going to want to put in next so that you don't forget that. And then lastly, sand is about finding all of the pockets of time to fit in all of the other things you want to do, all of your goal work, for example. Your sand is things that you want to do, but they don't have an assigned day. They maybe don't have a deadline. Deadlines are big, so if you have a deadline coming up, that would be something you might want to do as either a big rock or a pebble, depending on how important or serious that deadline is. And now that I've rambled on about deadlines, I've forgotten where I was with my pebbles. So your sand is going to go on to your planner where you can fit it in. Do you have time on your lunch break for some of your goal work? Are you going to do it in the evenings, the weekends? So when you sit down for your planning power hour, you're going to start with your rocks, then your pebbles, and then lastly, fill everything in with your sand. So that's like the first step is picking your planning day and figuring out what you're going to put on, where it's going to fit in. Part 2 is you're going to pick a time each day where you can take a few minutes to glance at your planner and figure out, what do I have coming up? Is there anything I didn't finish that I need to move forward? Things like that. For me, I do that in the morning before work. So if I have an office day, one of the things I do is when I'm packing up my laptop and my phone and everything that I need to take to the office, I take a look at my planner. I'm pointing back there because that's where my planner is. And I figure out, is there something that I need to work on today while I'm on my lunch break? And then I grab a notebook or whatever it is that I want to work on during lunch. This could be something you do while you start your coffee. Turn your coffee on, come in, check your planner, figure out what you've got on schedule for the day, and then go enjoy your coffee. Or for some people, they prefer doing this in the evening. So they're going to sit down before bed, maybe after they've done their journaling for the day, or maybe before, and look at what's on tap for tomorrow. Is there anything I really need to think about? Do I need to throw something in my work bag? Do I have an appointment that I have to remember that I need a certain paperwork for? Whatever it is, you're looking at it the night before and you're going, all right, I am all set. I am ready to conquer tomorrow. And lastly, part 3 is at the end of every quarter, you're going to review, reflect, and adjust. Pull out those planners, your journal, whatever you need, and sit down, look through your planner, and review, how is my process? How is my routine working for me? Is there anything that I need to change? Is Sunday still a good time for doing my planning? Maybe I want to do it on Friday afternoon instead. Maybe your morning routine is feeling rushed, so you'd rather check in midday or in the evenings. This is the perfect time to make that reflection. It doesn't have to be anything formal. Personally, I like grabbing a notebook and just writing things down, like this really worked well for me, this didn't. How can I change this moving forward? Is there something I want to try? Is there something I saw on a YouTube video that I want to work into my system? This is the perfect time to figure that out. Maybe you try it for a quarter, and when you come back to review, reflect, and adjust again, you realize, well, that didn't really work for me. I need to go back to my other way, or I'm going to try something completely different. It's going to take some time and effort. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy to start a planning routine. But once you do and you get used to it, it's going to become second nature to you. And if you don't do it, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? That's how I am. If I don't plan on Sundays, it just throws my entire week off. Remember, consistency is key. A planner isn't magic, but it can help lessen the messy with a little time and effort. A planning routine isn't about more work. It's about creating space for what really matters. If you do nothing else today, grab your planner and sit down with it for 5 minutes. Thank you for listening, and as always, stay curious and keep creating.